So you're thinking about buying a Nintendo Switch. I want to drop some facts in this video that might help you make that decision. So obviously the simple way to do this is to focus on the pros and the cons of the Switch, which we're going to do right now. Starting with the pros. Obviously the first pro, which I assume you all know anyway, is the portability of the Switch. There's no other console out there at the moment which is as portable as the Switch, apart from maybe a PS Vita or your mobile phone, if you want to class that. So if you work away from home a lot, or if you use a lot of public transport like the trains or the buses, then that's a huge pro for the Switch. Secondly, and a lot of people tend to overlook this one, it's that the Switch comes with two controllers straight out of the box. And if you're carrying it around in portable mode, you've always got two controllers on your person at all times. So if you bump into one of your friends, not a problem. Whip out Mario Kart, give him a controller, and off you go. The third pro is the exclusive games. Zelda is one of the best games I've played across any console I've ever played in my entire life. It's such a good game. And then you've got games like Mario, Bros Deluxe, Mario Kart. These kind of games are obviously perfect for parties when friends and family are coming round. I just feel like you don't get these kind of games with PlayStations. Whenever my friends and family are around, I'm very rarely whipping out the PlayStation controllers and we're all having a massive game of Call of Duty. But you slap Mario Kart up on that screen and everyone's fighting for one of the controllers. So if you're someone that hosts a lot of gatherings or a lot of parties, then you definitely need to have a Nintendo Switch in your house, 100%. They even make games specifically for parties, like Mario Party, for example. The next pro is kind of two rolled into one. The customization of the Switch is second to none. You can buy new Joy-Con covers, you can replace the whole back of the Switch to whatever colour you want. You can even reskin the dock. And then, like I said, rolled into that is the accessories that you can get for the Switch as well. The number one accessory is a must-have for me if you do have a Nintendo Switch is a Pro Controller. If you have a Switch and you don't actually have a Pro Controller yet, trust me, go out and buy one. It'll enhance your experience tenfold, especially if you play the Switch in docked mode a lot. And then you've got other accessories like your cases, different docks. I also believe that online gaming is the cheapest on the Nintendo Switch. I think it's roughly around £3 a month, something like that. The Switch is also very flexible, so if you're someone that has a lot of time in between the jobs, say you've got appointments and you've got 10 minutes here and there, 20 minutes here and there, then you can just whip out your Switch, play it for 20 minutes, press the power button, and then it'll go to sleep. Press the power button again and you'll resume straight back where you left off. I've left this one till last because it's a bit of a pro and a con for me. It's got an expandable storage slot, which means you can slide in a micro SD card in there and expand the storage up to whatever you want. The con to it is it only comes with 32GB of internal storage, so it doesn't take long at all to fill that up if you're buying downloadable games. Like Zelda, for example, I downloaded that on mine and it took up about 17GB, something like that. So not very much room left for any of the downloaded games on there. And there's a lot of free games that you can download on it as well, including Fortnite and Warframe. Now onto the cons. The obvious one is that it's not as powerful as your PS4 or your Xbox One, obviously. It's a portable console, although in the same breath, I do believe it's the most powerful portable console ever made. And then, as I just mentioned, it has low internal storage, so you are probably going to have to buy a micro SD card somewhere in the future, especially if you're buying downloaded games. And then the battery life could be better. Nintendo claim it's supposed to last up to 6 hours, but it depends on what game you're playing. If you're playing a high def game like Zelda, you're not getting 6 hours out of that. You'll be lucky to maybe get 3 hours. And for some reason, Nintendo always seem to be years behind the other consoles when it comes to online. If you want to use voice chat when you're on a game with your friends online, you have to use this trash app. So you have to plug your headphones into your phone to talk to your friend whilst you're playing on the Switch. It's awful. They should have just put a headphone jack in the bottom of the Pro controllers and done it that way instead. That would have been 10 times better, just like the Xbox and the PlayStation app. And also the other consoles like the PS4 and the Xbox have game sharing. So if I buy a game, then my girlfriend doesn't have to buy it either because I can game share that with her. Whereas on Nintendo, at the moment officially, we both have to buy that game, although there is a workaround on that. So in conclusion, do I think it's worthwhile buying a Nintendo Switch? Yes, I do. There's no other console out there at the moment like a Nintendo Switch. It's worthwhile having a Switch as well as your PS4 or as well as your Xbox, whereas I don't feel like it's worthwhile having a PS4 and an Xbox. One, because you can play completely different style of games on your Switch to your main console like an Xbox or a PS4. So you play all your serious games on your PS4 like COD, Battlefield, FIFA, and then you use your Switch for your more chill games like Mario, Zelda. I even bought Crash Team Racing on this as well. I bought it on the Switch for when we do have those gatherings and parties that we can just whip off the controllers and play up to 8 players. Whereas if I bought Crash on my PlayStation, we could have only played up to 2 players because who has more than 2 PlayStation controllers? And if you do buy a Switch, my one piece of advice would be to 100% make sure you buy a Pro controller along with it as well. It enhances the experience so much. You'll be thankful you did.